How do you find assistance? Uh, I just ask. I ask my friends, like, hey, I got this very stupid idea of making my own manga. Wanna help? You'd be surprised by how many would say yes. They don't even have to do anything with drawing, really. Like, the reason you want assistance is really to just managing your focus better. It's like assurance, kind of. Like, there's just a lot of like things to like just logistics, right? There's so many things to like plan around that. You're doing like a million things at once. So just having some help helps you arrange like your thoughts better. Like, you can just trust someone. All right, I need help proofreading this chapter. Like, I've read it like 10 million times while I'm working on it. Like, I just need a fresh pair of eyes. Stuff to cut down on time, not working on the manga. Yeah, kinda. Doing everything by yourself is in my position at least is a struggle and a half. Because I work very slow, and when I try to do like 10 things at once, like, it hampers down on like either quality or time. Like, you can't have it all. You gotta pick. You gotta choose your battle. Like, if you want it to look good, it's gonna take you forever. If you want to get it out as fast as you can, your quality is gonna suffer, right? So like, my friend was like, "Hey, let me help you out." You see him sometimes here. Goes by Selazuma. Is a friend of mine that I've met from previous work. I was already like, very fortunate enough to have even met him while I'm working on like as like manga assistants and stuff. He is one of the best storyboard artists in the business. So as someone who works for, you know, DCs and Marvel IPs, right? You have to have like a very good understanding of like anatomy and proportions and whatnot. So when it comes to like his thumbnails and stuff, it's something I can easily work on and don't have to like think too hard about proportions because it's always correct. Less things to like worry about. He checks my board sometimes, makes suggestions like, "I this shot over that," and it's just less time for me to think and more time for me to just do. God, I remember when I watched you do said other webtoon. Seemed like kind of cancer with having to deal with timings of others. I mean, working as an like an assistant to like someone else, like being like production. Every production is like different, right? You don't want the thing you do to cause problems 10 steps down the road and make it somebody else's problem. Your discipline is not somebody else's. Manage yourself first and foremost. And now that I'm on the opposite side of that, instead of being an assistant, I am the lead. So I get to experience what it's like having to deal with other people down the command chain. Just like any work environment, communication is like the most important things. I am not the best at like communicating my thoughts very well. I would have like panels laid out and I would describe what happens in them because I can't write script in like a single text document. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a very visual person. So when I write scripts, like, I do the paneling straight away. Draw and show rather than type and guess. Yeah. I'm also struggling with writing. Writing is really hard. It does not come natural to me at all. Which is funny because I'm in a server with like a bunch of people who had their start as like fanfic writers and then they just become, webtoon creators, right? I was like the opposite. I've never written anything past a school paper for stuff for exams and essays and crap. Never written a novel, never written fan fiction. I wrote like, Billy goes to the supermarket to buy groceries, and then on the way back, he saw a cool rainbow and went home. That's where I'm at. uh, the first chapter was very rough because I had no experience prior to being like a lead. I worked as a manga assistant for like 2 years plus, right? There's always times 100% where I'm like overstepping my boundaries a little, acting like I'm the fucking lead, right? But this time I'm actually is the art lead. I'm like, shit, anything I say goes. And suddenly like the pressure is like tenfold. If something goes wrong, it's nobody's fault but your own. This is your operation. If things screw up, it's on you.
Shame! Shame!
Side quest is the first time I ever worked on something that I have assistants. I have, the assistant, which helps with like, correcting my proportions and helping me board stuff. I also have a lot of people doing QA, like just reading through early drafts down to the very last like final draft. There's a lot more like process this time around than when I worked on Simulacrum. Yeah, I feel a lot more organized now. That is such a welcome change. My thoughts are organized better. I'm actually like productive all throughout. Just everything about Simulacrum, just not Simulacrum. Everything about side quest just makes me happy. Yeah, it's been a fun experience.